Hey there, GRACC members. If you don't know me, my name is Dillon Lee, and even though I'm no longer president, I'm here to update you on the state of the co-op and to call you to action. My time as secretary and president included some of the best moments of my life and some of the most stressful. I'll never forget the patience, sternness, and care that it took Zach, Jamie the GM, the rest of the board, and me to remove Zoe after her violation of the firearm policy. And the series of political catastrophes, toxic chemical labels, and committee meetings we all had to navigate to successfully resolve the bedbug infestation in Pluto. But leading the team to hire and train Quinn Mai, our wonderful GM, will always be one of my proudest achievements. So many nights I went to bed uncertain of what I could do to cross off the long list of issues that were escalated to me. I also went to bed so many nights knowing that I and several friends had spent huge amounts of time, discussion, thought, and sweat crossing things off that list. I couldn't have done any of it alone, and I'm so grateful for how amazing it felt to be part of a team achieving difficult successes that made living more affordable, meaningful, and enjoyable for so many of you. At the General Assembly, we all gather each year to take stock of how far we've come and plan a little bit of where we want to go. Amendments to the Articles of Incorporation and the bylaws have special rules that only allow them to be passed at gatherings of the whole Cooperative Housing Association. Several other things are special to these meetings, but the most important part, I feel like, is getting everybody together at once. We deserve to see how strong we are united, and there are so many of us. We all have so many different kinds of strengths and challenges. I'm bad at keeping on top of emails, and Marcia's great at crocheting. Anne-Marie has a hard time cooking for anybody less than 4, and John Kempston can swing a mace with enough grace to basically be a disco-fueled sword fighter. We're weird, we're cool, and we care. We care enough about our home and each other to put in the extra work that we know nobody will notice. But sometimes we do notice, and sometimes we give each other the best hugs at just the right moments. And we knock when we hear a housemate crying through the door. And sometimes we get a wild urge to bake on a Thursday night and leave a pan full of homemade cookies and guff. It's so random. We've had so many ups and downs here, and we all share a bit of that with each other because we chose to live together. I love cooperating, and I'm so grateful that I was given the opportunity, the gift, by the 8 years worth of hard work and wild days that its founders invested before I showed up. This place has been given to us, and we're in the process of giving it energy to survive every day. Just by paying rent on time, we do so much to help each other out. By putting our required amount of labor, and sometimes a little extra, we spread out an enormous burden of maintaining 4 homes into a sometimes manageable load. And by participating in house meetings, committee meetings, and other forms of governance, we participate in a truly free, democratic, dynamic process that keeps the co-op flexible, resilient, and alive. By volunteering time and energy, our many hands have proven their collective strength over and over, every time we pay our taxes and every time we throw a great party. Now, if we want those parties to keep going for 8 more years, or even 80, we have to keep our spirits high. We got to take a risk on getting to know people across the properties, like have actual fun together on the regular. I know almost everybody at the co-op, and I would party with every single one of you. And I have with most. But to have those common experiences with each other is what's required to be able to trust that we're going to make it through those hard times and enjoy some more later. I know the unknown is scary, but it's been so great getting to know so many of you. There are committees, aka circles. Let me adjust this. There we go. Committees, aka circles, at all the houses, and I'm sure your house reps have mentioned them. There are co-op-wide meetings that the board wants to have for those committees in the new office that we remodeled to do actual, meaningful work. If you want to make friends with some people you've never met, join a committee that sounds fun to you, like actually fun. I got involved in the Treasury because I actually like Excel, and shuffled week by week through the organization until I got to chair the executive committee and the board meetings. And if you join the board, you'll probably get a chance to propose or vote on a proposal to get actual board training certification from an outside body. That's an insanely good educational opportunity on top of an insanely good educational opportunity that you can get just learning from your fellow cooperators on the fly, like we did before that. Just talk to your house rep or circle lead, or your labor circle lead rather, about what you're interested in, and they can introduce you to that circle leader and meet everybody else. I guarantee you'll form some kind of bond working and succeeding together. It's hard to succeed, but it's worth the effort. We have a lot of high-level issues at the co-op, like needing responsible budgets to appropriately set aside maintenance reserves and task escrow savings. And we have a lot of low-level issues, like having to decide what kinds of parts to get if a sprayer breaks in the kitchen. But to succeed as a co-op, we have to keep moving and break ties from time to time. When we have two non-ideal options, we still have to choose one. We all have to make individual sacrifices on our ideal outcomes from time to time. But we should always be able to share our voice, propose modifications to the proposal language, or even vote against a proposal if necessary. But we have to try our best to make the process easy for everyone by respecting, and sometimes respectfully improving, the process of meeting facilitation and consensus decision-making. And when the time comes for you to try on leadership, to really try it, and to ask for support before you need it, because we all need at least a little help to get things done here. Now, I leave you in the capable hands of the board that you elected to serve the co-op. I know the challenges personally, and I trust that GM, Quinn, and everyone I know volunteering on the board to face them with a combination of bravery and grace. Please show them your support wherever you are, however you can, and let's give them a round of applause. Woo! Woo! Yeah. So thank you so much for your time, and I really hope you enjoy the time that follows. It's very nice knowing you. Om Shanti. Namaste.